Hi Aries, welcome to your April reading. Man, oh man. So this reading, you girls, has taken me about 4 times now. This is either my 4th or my 5th time recording the Aries video, which is also why no other signs were posted yet. I actually did complete 2 of the science videos before this month, but I refused to post them until at least Aries was posted because of the fact that we are in Aries season, and how could I ever not make sure Aries had their video out when I myself am an Aries. So, happy birthday. Belated birthday to all of you fellow Aries out there. Is today the day the Taurus? Let me see. One moment. Just was lighting some Palo Santo, by the way. By the by. No, it's still in Aries, but let me see. Hold on. What the hell? How can this be? Oh, okay. So Taurus doesn't start for another 3 days. So, my Aries people, whom I love very much, and whom I share a sun sign with. This is for obviously also Aries that have rising, or the Aries that are Aries rising and Aries moon. And, if you resonate very strongly with any of your other planets, your personal planets, then you can apply it there too. So we're going to try this one more time, and I very much hope that we can get it done. The other videos that I did, 2 of which I managed to actually record all the way through. So yeah, I actually finished them. And something happened to the recording once I was done. Like the last one I did, for example, somehow the clarifier part of the video was missing. Isn't that cool? Don't you love that? As an Aries or as a fire sign, I love fire. I sure do. And I have since I was little, before I ever knew about the elements and the signs. How cool does that look? Wow, that's crazy. Sorry, getting a little carried away here, aren't I? So anyway, Aries. Let me just make sure that I Palo Santo cleanse myself as well. I am very much straight up in the middle of Aries season. My birthday falls on March 31st. However, my ruling planet is Mercury, which technically is the esoteric ruler of Aries. Didn't know if you knew that. Well, now you know. Which I think is pretty cool and actually makes a lot of sense, eh? Because Aries is ruled by the head. People say we just run into things without thinking, and I find that the truth is actually quite opposite of that. A lot of us overthink, okay? At least I do. But then again, I do have Gemini rising, Gemini moon, and both my Venus and Mercury are in air signs. actually, no, that's not true. Venus and Mars are in air signs, and my Mercury is in Aries. How funny is that? So it's like, I don't know which one I am. Am I more Gemini or more Aries? I think I'm both. Anyway, I just want to apologize. Ooh. Oh, what? Oh man, that really touches my heart for personal reasons. Before I tell you what this is all about, I want to apologize for missing the last 3 months. I've said in the other videos that I will be doing a video for everybody, just one separate video for all the signs that will explain more if you care. If you don't, it's all good. But if you do care and you want to know why, it's a short video that will explain where I was and why I didn't get those videos out, okay? First 2 months of the year was extremely hectic. It was just like being pulled apart in every which way. My attention, my energy simply, literally could not be focused on anything to do with myself, including this. It was kind of dispersed everywhere, and I really didn't even have much of it to give in the first place. So you know how that goes, or do you? I don't know. We're going to find out. And then March was just crazy with the Mercury retrograde and everything. It was impossible to focus, to get things done, to communicate clearly, which is clearly what I have to do here. So yeah, again, those videos, or that video explaining more if you care to know, will be out. And I just want to say very much thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to me since I started, which was not that long ago. But thank you for staying subscribed and being patient and just hoping that maybe, or just waiting to see if another video would come out. I really, really appreciate that. And I am going to start doing these more frequently. What else did I want to say? Not more frequently, but more consistently. And yes, more frequently, clearly, than what I've been doing. So if you are a subscriber and you're an Aries, then you're here for this video. Of course, if you're a cross-watcher as well, if you care for an Aries, you can be watching this. Then you know how I start the videos, or the readings, and I start by pulling an Angels of Atlantis Oracle card, which is the angel that will be present with you during this month of April. And although, yes, we're in the middle of the month, this will apply for the entirety of the month. So even though we're in the middle, take everything, for each week, because I'm going to do this by weeks now, at least for this month. You can still, it'll apply, okay? But of course it'll be in past tense, and that's okay. That's okay, because it will still help for those that it resonates with. What else? So I start by pulling an Angels of Atlantis Oracle card, and this is the angel that'll be with you this month, that'll be surrounding you, that you can call upon when you need, but also that has a message for you, okay, Aries? And this is the one card that I do pull, or that I do read from the book for, to give you guys some more clarity, okay? All right. So this is so beautiful. You got Archangel Michael. And it's the card of enchantment. So let's see. And did you see how it flipped out? I always love when that happens. Okay. Aries. Hopefully the glare is not annoying. Aries. Michael asks you to remember the magic of your life by connecting with the path of the enchanted. Is magic missing from your life, or are you aware of a lack of imagination in your creative purpose? Allow the divine joy of the child within you to reconnect with the free-flow fun that was once present in your innocence. Wow, I already want to cry. No joke. This is a doorway to the numinous. With this card, the unicorn's magical horn touches your soul with the love of its perspicacity, compelling, eternal, and especially wise about that divine light within you. When it shines, the charisma of your soul magnetizes all people to you. Chant He, H-E-E, through your crown chakra to resonate with the higher frequencies of enchantment. I love that. Aries. How special is that? Some of you actually very much may connect with the symbology of the unicorn. And I don't know if this is truly the meaning of the unicorn. I have not looked it up, but to me, the horn on the head of the unicorn always just reminds me of the third eye and your inspiration from that third eye place, from the crown chakra, being expressed out and shared. So this especially applies to those of you that this is already resonating with, because of the fact that underlying we have, let me lower this light a little bit, by the way, so that this glare doesn't keep bothering us. It's bothering me at least. All right. This applies because bottom of the deck, which is what is underlying this card, is Gabriel, inspiration. Okay, look at that. Both pretty similar things, if you ask me, because there's a beam shining down to you, to Earth, to you, to us, and then we are meant to share that. So that is pretty beautiful already. Alrighty, guys. All right. So for us, I'm gonna keep referring to this to you as us, if you don't mind. Helps me connect more, you know. So for us, this will, even though my other readings already have been really long because I've wanted to make up for some of the time that I've missed, this one might be even longer. But even if it's not, I'm going to incorporate more decks for more confirmation. So I feel the need for us to pull an affirmation card as well. Since it's our birthday, almost the end of our birthday season, or our season generally speaking. So I wanna do extra for us, okay? So on all the decks, guys, will be listed in the description box below. So don't you worry about that. And I do use tarot as well. Aries, this month of April. For us, Aries. Aiden, get down. Psst. Get down. Get down. That's my cat. One of my cats. No, she's just going crazy. She literally just jumped off the wall. Isn't it funny when that happens? They crack me up. My cats are my spirit animals, for sure. When I lean toward love, I am led. Exactly. that absolutely speaks about our thinking patterns. And if we find ourselves following a negative thought or energy, to choose to lean toward a loving thought instead, to flip that thought around or flip that feeling into some type of loving energy by connecting to it, by seeing yourself in that person or the thing, and knowing that we are all connected and you will be led. That is absolutely true. Wow. And underlying that is true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Exactly. Then we won't have those triggers so much. All right. So I'll probably be pulling some other oracle cards, but let's get started with the main oracle. So instead of doing it the way that I was doing it before, I'm going to try something different. I've been trying something different. So it's going to be, instead of doing a few different oracle decks, to pull one card for different areas of life. So mind, body, spirit, and then love, using different oracle decks. I'm using a deck that I recently purchased. Oh no, these are all out of whack. That I recently purchased for myself for my birthday. And I love it. It's called Trust Your Vibes Oracle. It's an intuitive oracle deck with imagery that definitely speaks to me in different ways, for each reading that I do. So, and what I'm going to do instead of areas of life is I'm breaking it down by the 4 weeks of the month. Obviously, that may change, but I'm just trying something different for this month, okay? So, the first week of April, Aries. Let me think. What did I experience in April? What did you guys experience? It's not about me, but I'm very much connected to Aries energy, guys. I'm very much an Aries person, so. First week for Aries. What is the energy of the Aries collective that I'm connecting to for the first week of April? Oh, man. Aries, what do you love? Wow. This applies exactly to this angel card we've received here. Because look at this. To me, at least, this says, the peaceful spiritual energy that is giving you that idea and that inspiration, that feeling in your heart is what you're ingesting and then expressing out back to the collective, but also back to the ethers. So this card tells me that in the first week of this month, the Aries people that I'm connecting to, either you were prompted to really delve into the things that you love and figure that out, or you were doing just that. You were just without a thought either. It's more like an intuitive thing. You intuitively were guided to do the thing or the things that you love, that brought you enchantment. And that's probably a big change for you, because the number 23 breaks down to 5 when you add the 2 and the 3, and 5 is always a number of change. But it's also, in astrology, you could say it's the 5th house, and the 5th house is the house of creativity, of expression, and of your heart, Leo. You may have a Leo in your life that is a very significant importance to you, or you may have significant Leo placements in your chart. Let me just take a sip of my coffee again. Sorry. Absolutely. But the most important thing that I want to say, especially something I'm getting right now, is that if you were going through, and you are going through, significant changes that are really kind of flipping you around, that doing these things, or these things, whatever it is, that really just lightens you up, brings you joy, makes you feel like a child again in some way, is going to be your protection during this time. It is going to provide you with that light energy around you, that aura of protection, okay? So the second week, Aries. And I'm going to clarify these with tarot, don't worry. But for now, first we're going to get these 4 weeks. Second week for Aries. Second week for Aries. Oh, wow. Aries. Be flexible. First thing I noticed with this, of course, is the number 40, which is 4. So this tells me perhaps some of you may have been dealing with your home life or your foundations in some aspect, in some way. Like perhaps you had family visiting, or you were visiting family, or something from that time of building your foundations is either physically coming up or is coming up in your psyche. And this is obviously saying to be flexible. Maybe you were already being flexible. I kind of actually, for some of you, feel in a way like this could mean that you felt like you were bending over backwards for family, or for somebody from your past that you may feel in a way obligated to. I don't know where that's coming from, but that might apply for some of you. I'm assuming it does. Okay, so finally, we're in the 3rd week, which is what we're in now. So, what's going on with Aries 3rd week, April? What's going on with Aries 1st, 3rd week, April? The Aries that I'm connecting to, all Aries. Wow. Aw, really? Well, this makes me excited. Okay, accept the gifts from the universe. And what I see especially is, in order to accept gifts from the universe, we have to be able to see them. So again, that applies to this. When I lean toward love, I am led. Exactly. Because if we're not thinking that way, How are we going to see the abundance, the beauty, and the love? What the hell? Somebody on a motorcycle or something. Ugh, that's an ugly sound. Anyway, so if we're not thinking in a loving way, how are we going to see the loving things that the universe is trying to show us? How are we going to see the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow if we're only focusing on the rain and the fact that we don't like it or the negative aspects of it? What else comes from rain, though? An abundance of growth. New life. All life starts in the water. So I also see this as being, obviously, showing gratitude for the things that we already have and embody that maybe some others are not able to embody or have in this lifetime. And numbers 51, which breaks down to 6, which is all about balance, victory, but also it is the 6th house, which is Virgo. Okay, and Virgo, the 6th house, is all about mastering your health as well as your daily routines. Do you have a routine? Perhaps some of you have felt like you don't have any type of routine lately and you're just kind of going with the motions. Well, routine actually, surprisingly, as much as we don't want to fake it till you make it, as much as we don't want to necessarily do the routine all the time, I know I'm someone like that. But I do see the benefits of routine, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be something you don't enjoy. It can be a time in your day that you choose to commit to so that you do the thing, whatever it is, for X amount of time every single day. And I'm telling you, that helps so much with the balance and with our health because it gives us such a deep sense of confidence in ourselves. You know, the fact that we are able to commit to ourselves when we say we're going to do the thing and follow through with it. And what is the thing they say about how long does it take? It takes about 40 days to make something a habit, as well as to break a habit. That could be it too. Perhaps there's some habit or addiction that needs to be broken, actually. I don't know where that's coming from. That might be for some of you. But that's what this reminds me of. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Every day, you just tell yourself one more day, one more day, one more day. Before you know it, you are just doing it automatically. So, what is up in the last week? Whoa. Oh, wow. Did you see how that came out? What? Holy crap. The 4th week, guys. The last week. Yeah, so some of you have some type of bondage or addiction or something, because this is the card we have here, clear the past, okay? Obviously, this person has, chains on them, but there's a lock above them that's open. Maybe you feel bound by time. And you can't get it out of your mind. So therefore, it's like you're not able to move forward because it's just all you're thinking of. But instead of thinking of time and thinking of maybe the mistakes that were made in the past or whatever, you know, for example, we've had a birthday that came up. Some of you may still be having birthdays either today, tomorrow, or the next day. Happy birthday. But maybe some of us are really struggling with our birthday and the idea of turning a certain age, and maybe we're reflecting back and thinking, I made this mistake, I made this mistake, I made this mistake, and I'm this age now, blah, blah, blah. Well, instead of focusing on that, look what we have on the bottom of the deck. Instead of focusing on that, focus on this. I'm getting a new story. And I think that our angels, spirit guides, are helping us with that completely. I love this, guys. This is so awesome. Especially because, look, we have our angel right here, right next to us. But we don't even realize. Get a new story. Holy crap. I didn't even realize that they both have timelines, or they both have those, what are they called? The sands of time. So, wow. And this number is 41, which is 5, which is the same thing as this. The same thing we started out with. Change, okay? Song by Lana Del Rey. It's not that new or anything, but there was a time about a year ago when I was just listening to it over and over and over again for some reason, because I felt like it really spoke to me. It might have even been around this time last year, but it's literally the song called Change. But so not only change, but especially because of this and these shackles, or this chain that you have on, it's causing your heart to be heavy. Whatever from the past that's being held on to. And even if it's an addiction, that is something that you're holding on to because of something in the past that was painful. It is causing your heart to be heavy, and you're not able to let it fly. So the other song, for some reason, that's coming to mind, and I didn't give anybody else songs this far, but the songs that are coming to mind for me, for you, are Change and Get Free by Lana Del Rey. I would say listen to both, but Change is the number one to listen to for me. You know, of course, this could actually be very much affecting your health as well. I just noticed. What do you love? And the last card we have here, again, the heart, wanting to fly, but being weighed down. So, yeah, we need to see what's up with your health. So I'm actually going to shuffle a healing card for us. Shuffle for a healing card for Aries, because we're going to see exactly what's up with the health for you guys. Are you joking? Look at the two cards that are at the split. A unicorn again, intention. Set the intention for enchantment. And then flow. Are we out of flow? And the number 8 here is like the number of personal authority and power. Control over our own lives. Not bound by anything or anyone. Because if we are, no matter how much we can try to fake it, and no matter how good we are at faking it, ultimately we're not the authority of our own life. And so therefore we need to become what we naturally are meant to be, is the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor in the tarot. That is us. We are the Emperor and we are the Fool. Both of which are really good cards, in my opinion. Because the Fool is somebody who can take that leap of faith, not overthink it. Therefore, they become like the magician or the hero. The hero. The hero's journey. This is interesting. This is really interesting. For your health, seek seclusion. I am going to say, and I have a feeling that many of you have already been doing that. And it doesn't necessarily mean for a long time, but I do have a feeling that many of you have already been kind of cocooning yourselves. Yeah, because you already had the natural or the intuitive insight to reconnect with yourself. Hold on a second. I'm doing a video. Can I call you back? Okay, bye. Okay, sorry about that. So to connect back to yourself, to refriend yourself and not need approval from the outside world to tell you who you are. So I feel like you have been in the process of acceptance of who you are and of what you love. So, I mean, it could very well have been a process that has only been for this month, starting this first week. But also for some of you, it very well could have been a process that has been a long time. Especially for many of us, we've been affected by the Uranus in our sign transit. That was years long. Fun times. Not some fun times, but yeah, lots of craziness. Okay. So, let's clarify now. One second, let me just text my friend who just called. I just wanted to ask them one question. Aries. Hi, Aries. Sorry, I took a little bit of a break. And honestly, it was like kind of hours worth of break. Somehow, some way that happened. And so I'm back. But it is now the evening. And here we are. So that's that. So because of that, I'm lighting a little bit more Palo Santo. But that also tells me that there is a possibility it's a strong possibility, and it's probably the truth, that many of us, have been very easily distracted or deterred from finishing a primary objective, whatever that may be, within the day. And it can even be something very small. But I think recently we've probably struggled a little bit extra. A little bit more than our normal, the normal struggle of Aries, of us Aries, where we are able to initiate, we're able to start, and sometimes it's the finishing that's the hard part. It's been extra hard, I feel like, recently for us. Anyway. Okay. Let's get back into this, guys. I had to put a little bit of a sweater on because it got kind of chilly. So, and I put my hair down in a low ponytail. So that's why it looks different now. Sorry. But yeah, it's 11 something. What time? 11 something at night. And here I am still drinking a coffee. Don't judge me. Bet you some of you do it too. Okay. So let's clarify now. It's about that time to clarify for us. Okay, so since I want to make up for your birthdays, let's see how many I'm going to clarify with. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do something extra special. I am going to clarify with 2 tarot cards per oracle, but I'm going to use 2 different tarot decks. How about that? So we're gonna get one clarifier from this deck first. Check that out. Phoenix Rising. Wow. And Tower. We've already had plenty of these, right? That's why we're this now. We're becoming this. So I'm gonna get 1 from this deck per oracle, and then I'm going to use, let's see here, this deck to get extra clarity, just to show you how clear it will be. Okay, so what do you love? Remember, that was the first week, and we were positioned in the first week of April to really figure out what it is that brings us this feeling of enchantment, this feeling of childlike wonder, makes our heart flutter. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay, don't know about you guys, but since I was little, I've been obsessed with mermaids. I mean, to the point I literally wanted to be one. I asked a friend's mom of mine when I was 5 years old if she could buy me red hair dye and a mermaid tail costume so that I could go in the bath and become a mermaid. I thought I was going to become a mermaid that way. I also told my mom that I was going to go live in the sea. And she said, well, what about us? Well, aren't you going to miss us? And I guess apparently I said, yeah, but I'll come visit. And I was about 4 or 5. So maybe that applies to some of you as well. If that's the case, even better. What do you love? The first clarifier is the Four of Mirrors, or the Four of Cups. And as you can see, this lady here looks quite like she's in a dream, right? Especially in this deck, particularly in this deck, I consider the mirrors cards to be kind of like pools of memory. And of course, this is where our emotion comes from, but she's not present, basically, is the thing. Because she's thinking, you know, her eyes are closed, and she's kind of just swimming in the waters, swimming in her emotions, swimming in her memories, which is not a bad thing. And I think that more than anything, this represents the first week. We were doing this. We were in contemplation mode again. Remembering or learning or relearning what it is that makes us feel alive again. Interesting. Underlying that is the Nine of Pentacles, which of course, as you see in the card, represents leaving things behind, moving on. So let's clarify the second week real quick. Be flexible. Oh, okay. Change your mindset. Be flexible. Get a clear head. Don't let things, make you fly off the handle, okay? Because we have a second card here that I'm going to put back, but I'm going to tell you it's the Temperance card. So that tells me that this is saying be flexible so that you can stay tempered, to stay, you can stay balanced. You also there may be a Sagittarius in your life that causes some type of like stiffness with you, which is probably out of character. Like a rigidity makes you feel this rigidity, or makes you feel stuffed. And I feel like this is saying, more than creating a new mindset, it's like clear your head of that person or that energy or the past, basically, because this is new ideas. Bring your old mindset back, that fresh, flexible, go with the flow, Aries attitude that you may have always had in the past, where you were always the fun one. You were always able to like have a smile on your face, even if you did flip out or whatever, or fly off the handle. You always brought it back, and you got over things quickly, right? You weren't so rigid, and you didn't hold grudges. I don't know where that's coming from, the grudges thing. Obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but oh, look at that injustice that's at the bottom of the deck. Grudges. So maybe that's where that's coming from. You feel maybe like somebody, either from the home sphere, from your foundations, or somebody that you were maybe still are, involved with needs to feel the pain that you felt or something like that. Something along those lines. They need to understand what you went through with them, what they put you through or something like that. And it's, for some of you, I feel like it's consuming your mind and it's, again, causing you to have this like rigidity. And this is why, especially the first week was all about contemplation, getting back in touch with yourself, getting back in touch with you, especially so you can remember who you are, all the gifts that the universe has for you. So, this is like realization of the truth. And it's also making the right choice. So there may be a choice on hand. And that choice may lead to an open door because we have keys here. So again, remember the whole reading so far, we were talking about, excuse me, I'm going to take this off now because of course I'm not cold now, but I might get cold again. So we were talking about feeling blocked in some way, right? So this could represent mental blockage, and that this flexibility again of not letting things bother you. Don't get reined in. Don't get sucked in by someone else's drama that they're trying to cause you, or because they need a reaction. They're trying to make you flip out because they're used to getting that energy possibly from you. Don't give in to that because they're locking your mind up. But you have the key. You always have had the key. And don't you worry, karma will come on its own. And we don't wish anybody bad, right? Never. However, just don't forget that. You don't need to stick around or wait for somebody if you're not free with them, if you're not you when you're with them, or if you become a person that you don't like when you're with them. Okay. Let's clarify this third card for Aries. Whoa. This card definitely wanted to flip. Oh, look at that. Accept the gifts from the universe. And the first clarifier is strength. The strength card. Papa Legba in this deck. This is having the strength to just know who you are. Look at, to know what you have, that it's all within you, that you have everything you need, and you are the master of your universe. You are the magician of your world. That's why you're so strong. You know that. That's the whole thing. In the third week, I feel like many of us are really going to come to that conclusion. And really, maybe we've had that thought here and there in the past, but it's never rooted in us. It hasn't rooted yet in us. And I feel that this third week here, that it absolutely is going to. Again, because what do you love? The Strength card is a card of Leo, which rules the heart. This is going to, when you see and acknowledge all the things that you're blessed with, and the you that is you. Remember that Dr. Seuss quote. There is nobody that is, what is it? There's no one that is more youer than you. No, it's something else. Hold on. I want to actually read the entire thing. I know. This is just how I am. Sorry. You. And then you're going to find somebody who absolutely adores you for that. Today you are you that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. And then I just want to read you one more. It's a poem called Blue Skin. And I want to read it to you guys. It's actually called Masks. Sorry. I want to read it to you guys because this tells me, for many of you, that the embodiment of your truth, of your true self, the beautiful person that many of you are, that maybe you've been so, I don't know if it's afraid to express or afraid to embody or what, but when you see how special you are, when we all are, exactly, but we need to be our truth. We need to be who we really are. And to do that, we need to know what we love. So the poem goes, she had blue skin, and so did he. He kept it hid, and so did she. They searched for blue their whole life through, then passed right by and never knew. And that's a poem by Shel Silverstein. So what I'm saying is that if it's love that you live for me, it kind of is too. I mean, isn't that everybody's need and want? If that's it, well, find the strength to be the special person that you were gifted to be. Because if you do, you've got a new beginning once again. And the hero, or the fool, is an Aries card, first of all. And it's also that childlike wonder, it's not being hesitant, being yourself and not being hesitant about it, okay? Wow, okay. So, clear the past. We have the Six of Pentacles. Another card all about balance. Look how beautiful this card is, too. I really feel like this is a great representation of the Six of Pentacles, or stones, in this deck, because to me it is like, it's generosity, because you have a full cup to give, and you are balanced within and without. You know exactly who you are, and you are rooted and, braided, bound basically to yourself, not to the past, bound to your journey and making it the most truthful journey that you can for your own life. And again, like I said, somebody is going to really value you for these special gifts that you embody, because that's what this is too. This is being valued. It's equality, and it's also being rewarded for who you are. So shine the light, because honestly, if you've been struggling financially as well, or in regards to career, and you don't know where to turn, well, turn within. Because that's where the treasure truly is. This is what is showing you. Turn within and celebrate. Celebrate and befriend yourself. You are the little lamb, but you have the strength of a lion and the heart of a lion. Find your community, especially if you've been in isolation. it's time to find your tribe. So I am actually gonna, again, still shuffle for 4 more clarifiers just to see, just to make sure that this is, are you joking? As I say that, just to make sure the Emperor, exactly. I love that. I love it. I haven't used this deck either in months, but pretty freaking cool. So just to make sure and just to show you how true and clear this is going to be for you. Ace of Pentacles. And that's what we're going to do. We are going to, look at that. In this deck, it's called the Sun of the Morning. And why is that? Because Aries is the first fire. You are the initiator, the beginning of all these energies. This is such a beautiful word, better is to be than the start. You know? So, what I want to say, as corny as it sounds, is every ending is a new beginning, right? And we can constantly be, actually, not can, we are constantly ending and beginning. We're always kind of dying and being reborn as long as we are living. We can be alive though and not be living. So that's another thing. And I can say that about myself as well. That I can say in many ways for a while there, I had not been living, okay? I had kind of shut down. And I think when I really think about why, it probably has to do with the fact that I made many mistakes, did many things that were reckless. And so maybe I didn't trust myself to go into environments or be with certain people that I used to because I thought I was going to just do the same thing. I needed time to contemplate. I needed time to find myself and the trust that I once had for myself and for the world, because there had been a lot of beatdowns, okay, one thing after the other, and I also just needed to integrate all of it, right? And so I feel like that's the case for so many of you. Again, especially because of this Uranus in our sign for the last 7 years. Plus then we have Chiron. Chiron went into our sign. So the wounded healer. But so that's the thing. How interesting is it that as Uranus is leaving Aries, Uranus beat us up and wounded us, right? Then Chiron, the wounded healer, is entering Aries. So it's almost like, again, it is a coming of age. It's a rebirth into the healer that we are, that we can be, by taking all of our experiences, alchemizing them, creating something magical with them, remembering the enchantment of the world, of life, you know, choosing to see the good, choosing to live our days and each day choosing what it is that brings us joy in our heart by being a participant in what it is that we're hearing, what it is that we're seeing, what it is that we're speaking to ourselves and to others out loud and in our minds. And also being a participant in what it is that we're physically feeling, the way that we're making others physically feel or emotionally feel or mentally feel, because that too, I think, in the past has weighed very heavily on us. I think that sometimes in the past, maybe some of us have just flipped out again, you know, and temper ourselves. we flipped out on people and maybe said some very mean things or maybe very cutting words. And because we have huge hearts, though, we never really forgave ourselves. And then each time it happened again, we just added to that pile, that weight on us, on our back, on our shoulders. It's time to get out of that, though. Because we're human, right? We came here as humans, we forgot who we were. So, the most spiritual thing we can do is release that. Release that. And start anew and know how absolutely blessed and lucky we are to still be here, still be in this body, given the chance to really use our magic to clear that past while we're still here. Some people never get that chance. Or some people never see that light and end up giving up before they can see that they're not shackled, they're not bound, that they can be free even while contained in this body. You know, I understand that sometimes the world can be harsh and it's painful to feel judged by others and yourself. But honestly, everybody is, you know? Literally everybody is. And when we take it to that place and we realize we're not the only ones, that does help it. It helps a bit, okay? So this is cool. This is awesome. So you are, again, to clarify this, why did we do this whole thing the first week? What do you love? Again, you were in contemplation. Maybe you disconnected from the world. You did seek seclusion, right? Why? Because what it's going to bring you to is the stability that you seek, being dependable, the trustworthiness that you seek. You want to be a hard worker, right? And you feel like maybe you never were, some of you. Taking this time has been so important for us because this is where it's bringing us, and we knew intuitively. So don't listen to anyone that's trying to deter you from this. If you still need time, allow yourself to have it. Nobody, yes, nurture yourself for that. The Empress, daughter of the mighty ones. Okay, so one more for this Be Flexible card in the second week. For Aries. Oh, what? Okay. Be flexible. New mindset, clear head, and then the Knight of Cups. Yeah, absolutely. You know, some of you may have been feeling so tired as well. And more than physically, even though you felt it physically, what was it coming from? It was probably from the weight of all the clutter in your head, all the things that somebody else or other people or a situation or situations has been clouding into your mind, to where your thoughts have been raining on your parade, okay? And so you get a fresh perspective. You become that lighthearted, flexible person. And then because you are this person at the end of it all, this person is ruled by their heart. This person balances their mental with their action. this person has an extremely active imagination. Again, clear head, and then this heart, which goes directly to your mind, which is that inspiration, that enchantment. But again, once you have this clear head and you're not letting others kind of block your mind, you get your energy back, you get your vitality back. And you're also very intuitive. You're very in touch with your intuition. Your mind is clear from other things, from the outside clutter BS, so you have the space to hear your heart in your mind, if that makes sense. Okay. Sorry for some of you that might be annoyed by how long this is going on, but you know what? Again, you can go watch another video. It's okay. It's all good. I'm going with the flow. And I'm doing what I feel guided to do, so. Oh, did you see that? Princess of Swords, Page of Swords. Holy crap. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Okay. So we have, again, Page or Princess of Swords. And underlying this, which is clarifying, accept the gifts of the universe, is the Nine of Cups card. Lord of material happiness in this deck, okay? And not only that, but Nine of Cups is that wish fulfillment card in traditional tarot. I mean, exactly. That's just like, you couldn't be more perfect. This couldn't be more perfect energy, okay? So, yeah, again, even though the swords represent an air element, the energy, excuse me, the energy of the Page of Swords is very much like a truly embodied, happy Aries energy, okay? This is a talkative, very curious about everything, about the world, about other people, mentally stimulated, always asking questions, wants to know, how does this happen? How does that work? What does this person do? Like, who are they? What's their story? Somewhat restless, but also very energetic, because it's not feeding into the negative thoughts. It's being stimulated by things that you're attracted to, that you're guided to and by. Exactly, and that's how you get your Nine of Cups wish fulfilled. So, last but not least, fourth week, guys. Fourth week. Clear the past. I mean, we already know what this reading is, but you know what? Again, I like to make it real clear. Alright? And I have to take my own advice. I probably have to watch this reading like 20 times, you know? Because, of course, I'm very aware that it is easier said than done. But that's a part of the beauty, is that it's a challenge. It's our our task, our test that we are capable of, as long as we choose to not live in the comfort of this discomfort, if that makes sense. Just because it's something we're used to, we don't want to stay there. Even though something new might seem real scary. It's okay, trust me. We're Aries, and the second we start something new again, and we feel that energy, that rush of energy that we used to love, it's going to be like riding a bike, okay? Going to get right back on the horse, right back on the bike. Whatever you may call it, doesn't matter, but trust me, I can feel that. I literally feel that in my blood right now as I say that. And I've been feeling that. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. So, just like this I was saying, is balance. But again, did I say before, I believe I did, that you may have a Sagittarius in your life that you need to possibly release? Or possibly this Sagittarius is causing you to feel like your heart can't fly. A heavy heart. That's just a possibility, okay? If not, though, more than anything, this is, again, the need to clear the past so that we can become balanced again, so that we're tempered. That's the 4th week. Once we come into this conclusion, we come into ourselves again. We re-embody who we always have been and who we always were meant to be. We become just so balanced and rooted in ourselves that nothing can trigger us. Nothing can touch us, okay? Because we're so aware, because we're fully within ourselves, that we see if anybody, we know that something someone says, has nothing to do with us per se, and everything to do with them. We're not bothered by others' judgments anymore because we've judged ourselves, and we see the special thing that we embody. And what do we have here? Bottom of the deck. Fresh emotional state. Fresh emotional perspective. Clear heart. A light heart. Just like what I said. This heart that wants to fly. Well, tempering and balancing, clearing that past is going to give us that. We're going to finally... It's like we realize finally that we don't need another to fill our cup. That we can fill it and we can actually make it overflow and be abundant enough in water, in emotion, in heart, in love and joy to share that. So Aries. Sorry if I'm talking a little low as well. I am, like I said, it's the evening now. It's nighttime. It's literally past 12 now, guys. Okay, so what do I want to pull now? I'm thinking that before I pull your animal oracle, again, just to make it extra special, I'm going to pull one more card And it is your past life oracle card. It doesn't have to necessarily be about your past life, but it could be something about your past that is added, or that gives you a little more info about what it is you need to clear, just in case you're unsure at this point, which I don't think you are, but you never know. That was interesting. Oh, something's gonna come out. I feel it. Excuse me. What does Aries need to clear? Oh, phobias. Oh, what the hell? Whoa, okay. These have nothing to do with it now, I realize. Look at this. So some of you, it is something to do with your love life and feeling imprisoned by that, okay? Primarily in your mind, but you know what? Your mind is the most important space you have. Because if you're imprisoned in your mind, you're imprisoned in the world. You're not going to move forward. You're going to stay secluded forever. Sail away. Truly, sail away from that. Okay. I think we're good now. Last but not least, Aries. Finally, this is my favorite card to pull. It's the Animal Oracle. So this will be the animal that surrounds you. Or not surrounds you, but the animal totem for an animal that you may see. So keep your eye out, or take note if you've already seen this animal or heard this animal. And when you're in contemplation, when you're trying to really weigh something in your mind and figure something out. That's funny. We got the monkey. When you're trying to figure something out, this could be anywhere, but you're going to notice it, okay? Because it's in your consciousness now. So, and when you notice it, it's going to be probably right after you're trying to figure this thing out. So how I do this, or how we do this, is we apply the message, the teaching of the animal to that thought, and it helps us, okay? So you could see this in a movie, you could see this on TV, you could see it in real life, you could, whatever, you could hear somebody tell you a story about, oh my god, did you hear about the monkey, blah, 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 whatever it is. But I'm going to put this here for right now so that you can screenshot. Let me just make sure there's no glare. So that we can screenshot in case you want to have, god damn it, sorry, this freaking glare. In case you want to have the message for future reference. Okay. Symbolism. Exactly. Agility, courage, and spirit. The monkey is an ancient deity worshipped by Middle Eastern peoples. In the Hindu Ramayana, a monkey hero named Hanuman helps rescue Sita, the god Vishnu's queen, who had been abducted by a demon. Hanuman was made invincible by Brahma, the grandfather and the creator, and possesses the skill and agility to leap across the heavens. He leads a monkey army against the demon. That's what this reminds me of, by the way. He leads a monkey army against the demon and rescues Sita, for which he is granted everlasting life. This painting of a monkey recalls the power of Hanuman and his dominion over the heavens. And I totally see that as exactly what I've been saying about dominion over the mind, dominion over yourself, Aries. Dominion over yourself, right? When I lean toward love, I am led. Just remember that, okay? Whew. All right, guys. I hope that this reading helped you. I hope it helped answer any questions that you may have had, anything that was pressing on you. And I do hope that if it did, that you do follow. I more than likely will be back for another reading for every sign before the month is through. It'll probably be, obviously, much, much shorter. So check back for that. And again, happy birthday, Aries. I love you guys so much. I hope that your birthday has been beautiful. And just remember, we are the spark of life, okay? The baby, the very first of the zodiac, number 1. Don't forget your magic. Don't forget the enchantment of the universe. If you have any questions or you'd like to book a reading, of course you can ask any questions in the comments below, or if you'd like to book a reading, you can email me at ariatruth@gmail.com, and the email will also be in the description box below, as well as every deck that I've used here. What else? Let me see, am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. You can also ask me questions through email if you'd like, and I will gladly answer. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you before the month is through, and of course again for May's reading. Love you. Bye.